traditionally what sawmills do, and they have a series of knives that rotate around the wood and knock the bark off.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday.
So the wood is coming in up there, and then this is to like send it back through?
Yeah, so this operator up here, as he's chipping wood and watching what's being fed into the chipper, if he sees off quality or wood that has too much bark on it, he can put it back on that return tray and send it through.
So is this machine over here on this large screen? Chipper?
No, you're gonna see the chipper over here.
Okay. So they're coming in on that.
Because this is diesel, this is a diesel-driven chipper. I can talk to the operators, and I did this a couple weeks ago. I said, hey, you're making a lot of thick chips, and we need them smaller. So would you turn up the RPMs? Let's get up the RPMs, because normally chippers in a plant like this are driven by electric motor, one speed. All right, just always the same. Yet, because we have diesel-driven motors, chippers here, we can change the RPMs and change the chip quality. Drop down onto this conveyor, come to the top, and drop onto the screen. And that screen is shaky. You wouldn't be able to stand. You cannot fall right down because it's so violently shaky.
Is that what the guy was chained to?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's so violently shaking. But what it's doing is, you see all on the top, those are overs. Those are chips that are too large. So when we cook them, it's a lot like cooking potatoes. So I got a whole bunch of potatoes and I wash them, and I'm going to say, okay, I'm gonna make mashed potatoes, and I'm going to cook all those potatoes for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to mash them.
Like uniform size.
Exactly, and we need that in the cooking process too. So these screens take out the oversize, and there's another screen below it that takes out the fine. And we'll see that. We don't, and that's a great question, because I got challenged on that by our mill manager yesterday. No, because that's the whole thing, is you want to make pulp out of everything you can. And so if the chipping process is not right here, he says, why don't we have a resizer or re-chipper for all those pieces we're not getting fiber out? But I'll talk about that too. And it's too big. And but if you look at some of these, anybody understand what that is? It's a branch or a knot. And the fiber is so dense that it won't cook in our cooking process. So do we really, in my opinion, we don't really want to resize this into something that we'll try and cook, because it's still going to come out as a knot. Even if it gets down and it's really small to where it needs to be, its fibers are so dense, compressed, twisted, it's not going to make good straight fiber for the paper pulp process. Then, as you look at the fines, like sawdust, this is all what comes out the bottom. And why don't we make paper out of that again? This would overcook. There's a lot of good fiber there, but it's too small. So what we do with these fines is there's a couple different markets for them. You guys know what pellets or wood pellets are?
Yeah.
The wood pellets markets love these, because this is a lot closer to the point. They'll refine it more than this, and then they'll compress it into a pellet. There's a mill in Quebec called Tefisa, and Tefisa buys particle fiber to press into like masonite board